What up, y'all?
What's going
What
on?
up?
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of
Don't Do That.
Don't Do That
Right here on 16 TV.
on Wicked
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Now that we got our stuff together.
Yeah, we had to get it together. We gave y'all an extra episode. We had an episode that actually aired on Sunday.
Which was supposed to do Friday.
Right, which was supposed to be the Friday episode.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. So, anyway, Smoke of the F is going to be Sweet Peach, Good Life Infusions.
Smoke of the F.
With some wedding cake gelato on it. Yay. Yay.
All right. So we got a couple of topics for y'all today. It's Wicked Wednesday, so of course we got to get wicked and let y'all know what's going on. So, first up, just a quick recap. One of the episodes, I made sure I mentioned that Rihanna's father, Ronald Fenty, had passed away, and our prayers and thoughts are with Rihanna at this time, because of course, when one of your parents passes, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
He was actually, I didn't know how old he was last episode when he passed away. That man was 70 years old when he passed. I did go back in my due diligence and study up, find out exactly how old he was when he passed away. 70 years old. 70. So just to update on a previous story, there you go. And Potts, we got you. Go.
All right.
Shoot
well,
to you.
We'll go ahead and talk about our young gentleman. This is from the New York Post, written by Catherine Donlevy. This was a couple days ago, though, so it could possibly be be to a higher gross of what it may have even been intended to be, which was the GoFundMe for the teen that had went to work directly after graduation. He had worked for Burger King, and a fundraiser that had went viral. A simple stranger shared a TikTok about a Georgia teen who rushed to work a Burger King shift hours after his high school graduation, has raised more than double its goal in the week, and the sum is still growing. The From Burger King to a College Dream is now nearly $130,000.
That's what's up.
Now, that was as of Saturday.
That's
now, good. He is 18. He obviously feels happy, and absolutely, because at the end of the day,
if they can raise almost $1 million for Shiloh Hendrix,
they could definitely reward
we can
a
raise
child. Now,
$130,000 plus for a young man trying to get his education and better himself.
Some of the comments that people put out there are just intense. Imagine. This guy, High Plane Drifter. Now he's a top 10% commenter.
Call him out, Pops. Call him out.
A pat on the back for going to work. That's how far we've fallen. I worked on my graduation night. Big deal. Jealous much that nobody noticed how that you did a great, whatever. You
I'm sure
went
when
to
you
work.
Worked on that graduation night, I'm sure when you worked on that graduation night, you had in the back of your head, I'm working on graduation night. I'm really dedicated. So yeah, if you can think about that about yourself, why wouldn't you have, what I'm saying?
Another person says, and shame on you for even having a name like this. This says, God bless you. Like Kamala for GoFundMe. Well, I need a running car that doesn't break down, a brick home that doesn't have a lot of problems, and 2 acres for my dog so he can run free and happy. Like, get over yourself.
I want my 40 acres.
And it's called,
everybody wants something.
And it's like, whenever you sit there and also say that it's called greed and ego, and they need to do something to bring them back down to reality, it's ridiculous. The simple fact that you would actually feel this way. And for a right-handed person, for this person that says right-handed,
people are clowns.
Says, so followers are throwing money at someone who is doing what they should be doing. Yeah. I mean, it's not like the real world doesn't exist. And what this kid is doing is mind-blowing. Innovative or courageous. Why not donate to companies who help our veterans? Why donate to Shiloh Hendrix? Why donate to Shiloh Hendrix? It's amazing.
Why donate to the
but
police?
See, the thing is, though, is this things with veterans is that we shouldn't be donating anything to veterans. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. Why? Because they should be automatically provided for. Automatically. Period. Donating to veterans, we shouldn't have to be doing that. They fought for this country. And for a kid, okay, yeah, some stranger thought it was a great idea to post him. Okay. And somebody raised money for him. Are you mad?
It ain't like he went out.
Who cares?
It ain't like he went out asking for the money. Somebody saw something in him, they were inspired, and they did that on their own.
It just amazes me.
That's why
some of
she
these
says,
comments.
Jealous much?
It's the comments. It's ridiculous. You guys are distasteful. I hope he raises a lot more. A lot more.
Welcome to
a
America.
lot more. And I hope he flashes all that GoFundMe in your face.
Twitter fingers. People can say a lot of cowardly stuff, a lot of brave. They get a cup of courage when they on a computer screen. They don't talk nearly as tough face to face.
Exactly. Because I don't do tolerance. I don't do
Twitter
tolerance.
fingers. Spirit fingers. Twitter fingers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honey, you, baby.
So, an NBA superstar, Zion Williamson,
oh Lord have mercy,
has been accused of sexual assault. Ex-girlfriend of his says that he raped her violently twice, choked her out, took her cell phone, a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he plays, of course, if you guys don't follow basketball, he plays for the New Orleans Pelicans. He is a high jumper, very electrifying player when he's having a good night. Definitely when he first came into the league. Had his own shoe and, big name, Zion Williamson, like since then he's kind of not been all that impressive with everything else that's going on in the NBA and other players of, because the players in the NBA are all high caliber. So, but yeah, that's what's going on with him. It's an ex-girlfriend that has accused him of sexual assault. That's what's going on in the news right now. I will give you further updates on that for all my hoopsters, all my hoop heads. We'll get more information on that. Zion,
and if you get any more information before we do, feel free to let us know.
Right.
Feel free to let us know.
I told you what was going on with Ja Morant, so now I'm gonna tell you what's going on, with Zion Williamson.
Now, as always, and the thing is I want people to understand too. And every time I go through the names of whether or not it's black men or black women or black children that are killed by the police, whether or not they're found guilty or not, I am still going to talk about them because there's always that same excuse. Like they're going to get off on it. I feared for my life.
Like that's an excuse to execute
somebody. It's always an excuse of some sort or some other lame excuse. If you can find one, throw it down there.
I'm so scared, don't be a cop.
Then don't be a cop. If you can't hold your trigger finger
all the time,
don't be a cop.
So if you're scared for your life, then you probably don't need to do that job.
So here's the killing of Sonia Massey. Now, mind you, again, this is why training and reform is still a big thing and a huge issue. Okay? Because on July 6th, 2024, it will be a year next month. Sonia Massey, a 36, younger than me, 36-year-old woman was shot and killed in her home by Sean Grayson, a deputy of the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office in Woodside Township, near Springfield, Illinois. Time, 1:20 a.m. Location, told you already. Homicide by shooting, police killing. Accused, Sean Patrick Grayson, first-degree murder, 3 counts, aggravated battery with a firearm, official misconduct. Macy called 911 about a possible prowler. Grayson and an unidentified deputy responded and found nothing after searching the vicinity. Moving inside her house, the deputies requested her ID, and Massey began searching for it. The situation escalated quickly when a deputy asked Macy to remove a pot of boiling water from the stove. Macy lifted the pot and said twice, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." Grayson threatened to shoot her in the face and drew his service pistol. His partner did the same, and Grayson repeatedly yelled, "Drop the fucking pot." And Macy apologized. Grayson then shot her 3 times, hitting her in the head and ultimately killing her. The unidentified officer stated that he was going to get their medical kit, but Grayson told him not to. Following the shooting, Grayson was fired from the county sheriff's office and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, among other charges. Now, it really disturbs me when it comes to certain things.
None of it makes sense.
It doesn't make any sense when it comes
really
to
sad.
now.
It's really sad.
Why you need to, when you're going to a victim's home, you got the address, all that information is always pulled up. Whoops, I forgot I didn't take the lid off. I took the lid off. Whoops. So, I didn't get the phone. But you have all the information needed. You knew what you were there for. There was no reason for you to even be asking for her ID. You simply go out there. You check and see no prowler in sight, right? Nothing's there. Nothing. All right. So you simply go, knock on the door. Like, "Okay, ma'am, we checked. Made sure nobody was out there. We checked every single, went up underneath every, make sure that she feels safe." Right? Didn't need to enter her home. Didn't need to ask for no ID. None of that. And for you to sit there and tell another officer not to go get a med kit, regardless of where, you must have knew where you were shooting at. I mean, you had to have. You said explicitly you were going to shoot her in the fucking face. So of course you're going to tell him, "Hey, don't get the med kit because I already know I killed her." That's basically really what you just said. I remember seeing the video of it circulating online with the pot of boiling water, and you knew that there was already times you've had to come out there, if I'm not mistaken. You knew this woman did not have the right mind.
Better training. Braver cadets.
Yeah. People who know how to talk to people. Why do you always think it's necessary to cuss somebody out? Just yell and cuss at somebody. You think that's not a triggering response for people.
That's how they're asserting dominance. They're trying to get
You came out there basically as a welfare check to make sure that there was nobody there. She thought she seen a burglar. She thought she seen a prowler in her area. And you became the prowler and she was still the victim. Congratulations, guys. Congratulations, because reform is desperately needed.
Bad.
Training is desperately needed.
Bad.
All right.
Now, just a quick one about bullies. bullies. Being bigger, sometimes
More support,
stronger than
more friends.
other people have more friends on their side.
Mm-hmm.
And so you always get your way. And being that you're bigger, when people go up against you, they have to be tactical, surgical. They have to use their brain
Planning
and plan. For all my Batman fans. Prep time. Right? So
I am so tired of hearing about prep time for that person.
Yeah, for Batman.
Good God, you guys, stop it. Okay. Go ahead.
We digress.
Go ahead. We digress.
Right, so,
my God.
This is what made it. I had to give this to y'all before we go. This is what I had to give this to you. It's right up my alley because it was called Operation Spiderweb.
Nice.
Right?
That is dope. Gotta go right into what you do.
Operation Spiderweb. The Ukraine used remote drones, some of which only cost around $500. There were 117 drones used in the strike. They hit 4 different air bases, thousands of miles apart. Had these drones on remote, had the containers able to open on remote. And remember, I said that some of these drones were only around $500, worth $500. It says right here, they destroyed millions of dollars in Russia's forces. Some of their
nuclear,
big nuclear bombers.
The nuclear plane bombers or whatnot.
The bigger,
yep.
So around 30% of their stuff.
All they want to do
is just stop, leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
That's all they want. So
they've decided they wanted to prove to y'all you are not the smartest.
Yeah.
Your ego got big.
Yeah.
Got very prideful. They had to kind of knock you down a peg real quick. Yeah. So
now they may be in talks to kind of calm it all down because that was very smart.
Yeah, because even I'm not even gonna say they've even gotten to the point.
Asking for help. Donnie Two Dials ain't helping us. Y'all are in bed with Donnie Two Dials. He ain't helping us. Yep. He tried to bully me when I went to the White House.
Yep, and then it got to the point where
I got a plan.
It got to the point apparently that even he got to the point where he's like, man, I'm done. Like I can't do nothing here. Like even trying to talk to Putin, like, hey, why don't you just do this? After he tried to calmly talk to him, like they were in a wife couple relationship, and then they decided to calmly separate and not deal with each other. And he's like, screw it, I'm done. I'm not doing anything either because you gave him too much rope. You gave him too much rope. Just let them be. At the end of the day, let them be. Now, after this little treaty thing that they got going on, how about this? You throw in there, like, we don't want nothing to do with this. This is strictly between you. Now, if you want to go ahead and redo this thing where, if one isn't in the whatever group that we're in, then that one can't be in NATO or whatever the hell that is. Because shit gets confusing.
Yeah.
All right? If one wants to get in there, one can get in there. Or you both can get in there. That means you're both going to have to get along. Period.
That's not the way of the world.
But of course it's not. Because we got to see it's a whole dick swinging contest. See whose vagina is bigger than each other. So, but all right, guys. Thanks again for being confused with us this week. We appreciate it. We will see you next time on F It Fridays. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and comment. Whatever. You know the business. See you next time. Hit that bell. Peace.